It's high efficiency, so they're insulated.
Government Services Administrator Robin Carnahan tours the gutted interior of the Frankie Moss Courthouse on the corner of 4th South and Main in Salt Lake City. The federal courts moved out 10 years ago. With renovations done next year, it will house about a dozen federal agencies now paying rent elsewhere.
I hope we all can think about how every building in our community has a story to share, whether it's a small adobe home in the avenues here in Salt Lake City or in Spring City, Utah, or a large monumental structure like this beautiful classical revival structure here on downtown Salt Lake City. They all have a story.
In October 1905, the Salt Lake Tribune reported postal workers preparing an overnight move to keep mail delivery going the next day from the new building. This map in the Intermountain Republican newspaper of the same time showing the new federal building's prime location across from Salt Lake's rising new skyscrapers, the New House and Boston buildings. With additions built in 1912 and 1932, the courthouse now covers about half a city block. Its weathered exterior shows architectural ambition and even some whimsy with inlaid pineapple designs. But inside, high ceilings were sacrificed for air conditioning. Expansive public spaces sacrificed for extra courtrooms and offices. Why renovate instead of rebuild?
Well, look, that's a great question. But if we're talking about a couple of things, one, you've got this iconic historic structure that means so much to this community, that's important to preserve the history of the communities.
They want to dust this place off. They say return it to its former glory, a glory that those of us who have been in this building in recent years really haven't seen.
I will say this is the most complicated building I have ever worked on. And I've been 35 years in the industry. But it's like, I've called it the one-eyed teddy bear that you love.
But the one-eyed teddy bear had fight in it up to the end. In 2013, one of the last arguments in its grand courtrooms led to legalizing gay marriage across the Intermountain West. Kitchen v. Herbert established that right a year before the U.S. Supreme Court did the same nationally.
Its historic and beautiful courtrooms have served as the situs for the dispensation of civil and criminal justice.
2 historic courtrooms will remain hosting federal bankruptcy hearings. The $50 million retrofit relies on domestic concrete and steel in ways that save energy costs by 55%.
This building is going to end up being one of our most efficient in the country.
So that retrofit will cost $50 million, much of it from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act. It's scheduled to be complete next year.